I'm going to be honest. I don't even sound like myself right now. I still can't hear out of my right ear, but that's actually why I needed to record this. I woke up earlier this week and something was wrong. I couldn't hear out of my right ear. At first, I thought it was temporary. Nothing really. I thought that it would just go away. I thought maybe it was pressure. Maybe it was my allergies because, I talked about that earlier, that my allergies was acting up. Now I'm able to breathe better, but my ear, I can't hear out of my right ear. So I waited and I did what I usually do in the mornings. I went about my routine, but guess what? Nothing changed. It didn't change. In that moment, everything slowed down because now it wasn't just a feeling. It wasn't just a feeling that I had like, oh, maybe what's going on? Something's wrong. It was real. Something was wrong. And I remember thinking to myself, okay, slow down. What is it? Is this serious? Is it going to go away? Do I need to worry? Maybe, maybe not. But, that's the part that we really don't talk about a lot. The moment between when something is happening and you really don't understand, like, what's going on. Like, what does it mean? And that particular space, it's uncomfortable because your mind is racing. Your mind's like, what going on here? What's going on now? But I'm thinking to myself, girl, you still got responsibilities. We all do. You got responsibilities. I have a schedule. I have people depending on me. Sometimes you got people depending on you as well. So what do? What we always do. We push through. And that's exactly what I tried to do. I kept moving. I kept going, but it was different. Because when something affects your body, like the way how this is affecting me, I can't fully ignore it. I can't. Every sound is uneven and every moment felt slightly unbalanced. And I became very aware of something, of how much we take for granted those little things, those small moments in life. Like hearing. Sometimes we don't think about the everyday things. It's different. But now you begin to notice everything I did in that silence. The imbalance, the discomfort, and in the middle of it all, I had to make a decision. Am I going to keep pushing through? Like nothing's wrong? Am I going to do that like we always do? Or am I going to stop and actually listen to my body and try to realize and find out what is it trying to tell me? Because here's the truth. That moment wasn't just about my ear. You know what that moment was really about? It was a wake-up call. We all have them. We do. And it's not just physical, but mentally, emotionally too. And when I sat with this and I thought about it, I realized I've been going and going without really slowing down, without really checking in with myself, without asking, girl, how you doing? Like, no, for real though, how are you doing? We need to check in on ourselves and ask that. And sometimes it takes something physical to get our attention. Sometimes we just can't ignore something that makes you pause whether you want to or not. And that morning, guess what? I was forced to pause. Just like how I tell y'all. I was forced to listen. I just can't push through all the time. And that's hard. And I'm quite sure it's hard for you sometime as well. Especially when you're used to being strong. You're used to just showing up no matter what. We're used to handling everything. I realized that strength isn't just pushing through. Sometimes strength is saying, I need to take this seriously. I do. So I started thinking differently. You know, that perspective, that view that I talked about in the other episode. Instead of brushing it off, I'm paying attention instead of minimizing it. I respect what my body is telling me because guess what? Our bodies do speak to us. They do. They speak to us. And we need to make sure that we pay attention to our bodies. Like I said, our bodies do speak to us one way or another. And I'm going to tell you, please listen. If we don't listen the first time, guess what happens? It usually gets louder and louder. And in that moment, I'm going to tell you, I didn't have the luxury of ignoring it because I could feel that something was wrong. Because I could feel it, I could hear it, or I should say I couldn't hear it. And it shifted something again, like I said, in me. It reminded me that I'm not invincible. Nobody is. I can't run on empty forever. I got to fill my cup. I have to take care of myself. Not when it's convenient, because when's that, right? But when it matters, we have to listen and pay attention. And I'm going to tell you, everything didn't instantly become clear. Like I said, I thought at one time that it was my allergies, and it could have been a combination of allergies and other stuff, but I don't have all the answers right now, and there's still questions, there's still some concerns, but there's something that changed, and it was my awareness. I slowed down, I paid attention, I became present in a way that I hadn't been before, and that can be uncomfortable. That uncomfortable, unexpected, frustrating moment, it taught me something I needed to learn. Ignoring things doesn't make it go away. It doesn't. We could try and sweep it underneath the floor, that rug, but guess what? That hump is still there. That pushing through isn't always the answer. We got to realize that. Sometimes the interruptions is the message. So if you've ever had a moment where something in your body or your life just doesn't feel right, don't ignore it. Don't brush it aside. Don't convince yourself, it's nothing, it'll go away, it's just a little, right? Now sometimes it might be, but you know when you're shunning out when it's not. You know that. You know it. Don't brush it aside. Don't convince yourself it's nothing just because it's inconvenience. I want you to pay attention like I had to. Take it serious because your body knows things before your mind is ready to accept them. Sometimes that pause that you didn't plan for, that I didn't plan for, is exactly what is needed. Yeah. That morning, something wasn't right. But maybe it wasn't just about what I couldn't hear. You know, maybe it was about what I needed to start listening to. Yeah, maybe that's what it was. If you've ever had a moment like that, I want you to share it in the comments. And if you're on the journey with me, make sure that you are subscribed.